Don't you just love it when the star of the show is a guy with a big moustache? Alright, maybe not always. Hello and welcome to another video here at Movie Mash, and today we're going to talk about Death on the Nile. But before I carry on, please punch that subscribe button just below and join the little family we got going here. Now let's get to it. So Death on the Nile is a newly released movie starring Kenneth Branagh, Gal Gadot, Armie Hammer and Annette Bening with Russell Brand. And also directed by Kenneth Branagh and produced by Ridley Scott. Now the synopsis. Well, basically it is what it says, the Death on the Nile. But I don't want to say too much because I feel like I want you to watch this how I watched it. The bottom line, the best way I could say it without giving away anything is Hercule Poirot is on a beautiful setting, on Egypt, on a boat, on a Nile, and there's a murder and he has to solve it, and it's a who did it or who done it sort of thing. And the reason why it seems like I'm not giving away or saying too much if you haven't seen or don't know the story is because when I watched it, I knew nothing about it. I knew of the story, but I just didn't know. And I didn't even know who got murdered. Yeah, the person I thought would get murdered wasn't. So I want you to watch it like that. So Death on the Nile, no other film has suffered as much as this has in a while, because this is supposed to be released in 2020. Now, because of COVID, it was set then pushed to 2021. Now, I know a lot of films were suffered a lot over the COVID and all that's fine. But the problem was is they had an extra problem. And this is a Disney movie. It's owned by Disney. Armie Hammer, who pretty much also stars in this, he has been in a lot of controversy recently. Okay, so for people who don't know, and I don't want to get into it too much, but he has allegations against him about sexual assault, cheating on his wife, quite a lot of sexual assault actually. And they're all allegations, and I don't know if any of it's true. As far as I know, it doesn't. Also, dodgy texts on cannibalism or something, you know, and look it up, but I don't want to get into it. But I will say, because of that, and it's quite a big deal, they held the film back and they pulled it right back, and it looked like it wasn't going to get released at all because one of the main characters is, you know, a bit of a shit at the moment. And I don't want to blame him because I don't know shit about it, so I don't want to say anything, but I'm just saying. Now, finally it was released, but it felt like it was just kind of, they had to release it at some point, or they don't know, but they just slipped it out and it kind of went out quiet. It came out, released, real quiet. But I actually really enjoyed Orient on the Murder on the Orient Express. And I was actually really looking forward to seeing this because I loved the way he had that, and I loved the way it was, and I really enjoyed it. So I wanted to see this one. Now, Kenneth Branagh, when I was a kid, I hated him. Yeah, I always saw it. When I saw something, I mean, it was always kind of posh, toffee nose stuff, and I was like, oh, I don't want to see that. Like Henry V or some shit like that. You know, I wanted to watch Rambo, Star Wars, and Superman. I don't care about stuff like this. But then I watched a film called Frankenstein, which he directed and he starred in. Now, I don't think it did well, and I don't think a lot of people seem to know it. He was really good on it, and all of a sudden, I liked him. I started paying attention towards him. And over the years, I've grown a real great fondness for him. From really disliking him to really liking him now. I mean, I even enjoyed him on Harry Potter. He was really funny on that. I just thought he was really great on it. And he's been on a number of different things. And he directed the first Thor movie, which is really good. And he's a really good director. And he directed Murder on the Orient Express. He's all round great. And just as I'm making this video, last night he won Oscar for the best original screenplay. So good on you, Kenneth Branagh. I just want to get straight into the positives. Kenneth Branagh, as I have said a few times, he was really good on this. I found him quite magnetic. And I don't know much about Hercule Poirot, only for the bits I know. But the way he portrays him, I really enjoyed it. Just found him magnetic. I found him funny. I just all round great. He was the best part of this film, I thought, for me. Now, the cinematography was great. The shots were great. It looked great. it was very colourful and very stylish and very vibrant. And to be honest with you, and I've said this before, there seems to be this new look about films with the last 10 odd years where everything is blue. We're talking about like Man of Steel was all dark. Films that don't need to be dark, it just got this blue tint, blue screen. I don't know, it's actually beginning to do my head in. I don't mind if it fits the film, but it just seems to be on everything. But this film, along with a couple of others recently, is very bright, very vibrant. And I'm a sucker for vibrant, bright films. And the style was great. Now, when it comes to the mystery, I thought it was executed really well. I did get who it was, but it was one of three. It was one of three things I thought it might be. I don't want to say too much. It was one of three things I thought it would be, and it was. Now, I hate being right, but I mean, I like being right, but I hated being right this time. And it's a bonus for not have seen or knowing much about the others. I went in not knowing anything, so that was great. Now, I just want to bring these two up. French and Saunders. There's a comedian act back in the 80s where when I grew up watching them, I see him for years. And I haven't seen him in a while, but seeing him on this, I thought, all right, it was nice. And they were really good on it. I thought there were going to be some kind of comedy relief, and they were tad, but you know what? I was really good to see him, and I thought they did well. Now, Russell Brand. I like Russell Brand. I mean, people either love him or hate him. I actually like him. I think he can be quite funny, and I've seen a few films on him. I'm just a fan in general. But when I heard he was going to be on this, and when I see what he was playing, I thought, he pulled it off. He was really good. I mean, like, I was really happy for him. I was like, you go, Russell Brand. I mean, yeah, I'd like to see him on more. I'd like him to see some more dramatic roles for him. Yeah, this, you know what? Good on you, mate. All right, so let's get into the negatives. Now, I found that the first hour of the movie dragged a little bit. I mean, I know it's all down to character development, but I found that the characters weren't really that interesting apart from Hercule Poirot. But I will say within 40 minutes, there was 3 dance scenes, and I was beginning to feel like, let's get on, the murder hasn't happened yet. Let's get on with it. Like, you know, for me, I was getting a bit annoyed and a bit huffing and puffing a little bit. Just a little. I feel like you could have shaved off at least 10 minutes, maybe a little bit more. But it didn't take me out of the film. Once it got going, it was really good. Just saying, for the first hour, character development, I didn't find the characters that interesting, and it dragged a little bit. Now, to the next negative. The film has some CGI in it, and it's pretty bad. I'm a bit disappointed. Some parts, I mean, some shots look really good, but when it was noticeable to me, I noticed a lot of CGI in it, you know, with the landscape and stuff like that, even kind of green screen looking. Didn't take me out of the film, but I was a bit disappointed for 2022 to have that kind of little. But the film is not a big, massive budget CGI movie. It's just bits and pieces, and it won't ruin it. I'm just saying the bits that were in it, bit shit. So final thoughts. Well, I really liked Hercule Poirot on this. I like Kenneth Branagh's Hercule Poirot. I really enjoyed the murder mystery as I've got older, and I really like this one. I didn't like it as much as the first one, but this is definitely worth a watch. And if you love this kind of thing, then I highly recommend it. If you don't, watch it anyway. So Death on the Nile, have you seen it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Was it better than the first? Let me know in the comments below, and like and subscribe as normal. But for now, and until next time,